Hello friends, in the earlier videos we have seen information regarding the proton magnetic resonance spectroscopy, in which we have seen chemical shift, then we have seen basic principle of PMR spectroscopy, PMR spectrum, magnetic anisotropy, factors affecting chemical shift. So these are the things we have seen, spin coupling, then coupling constant. So now today we have to see the structure elucidation of organic compound. So here these are the some chemical shift, important chemical shifts I have written here, along with the some IR stretching frequencies of the particular bonds present in the organic compounds as a functional groups. Now before that we have to see some importance of exchangeable protons, that is exchangeable hydrogen. These exchangeable hydrogens are attached to electronegative elements such as oxygen and nitrogen. When the compound is having carboxylic acid, then amide, amine, alcohol, thiol, etc. So these are the compounds having proton attached to heteroatoms such as oxygen or nitrogen. So here COOH, so this hydrogen in amide CONH2, so these hydrogens in amine R or ARNH2, so these hydrogens alcohol ROH, so this hydrogen in thiol RSH, so these hydrogen. So here these hydrogens are attached to heteroatom, are not couples with the adjacent hydrogens. So the protons present the neighboring carbon. If you see in case of alcohol, we have seen in the example of alcohol CH3 CH2OH. So here only CH2 couples with CH3 but not with the OH of the alcohol. So CH3 CH2OH. So here such a protons always shows singlet because they does not explain the fields of or does not explain the spring pattern of the neighboring protons. So here such a protons always gives singlet. So carboxylic acid is having this hydrogen NH2 of the amides and amines, alcohol, thiol. So such a protons are called as D2 exchangeable protons. Why these protons are called as D2 exchangeable protons? When we are adding deuterated water to this, so this proton is immediately replaced by deuterium. So we get here CH3 CH2OD. So here we are having signal of this hydroxy at around 5.0. So here this CH2 at 4.0, this is quartet, and here the triplet at around 1.1. So here when we are adding deuterated water to this, so the signal at, that is singlet at 5.0 is lost. So we can say that the compound contain exchangeable hydrogen. So to detect the presence of whether the proton attached to oxygen or nitrogen in these kinds of compounds, we can add here deuterated water. So hydrogen is replaced using deuterium easily, and the peak of that proton, particular proton, that singlet, get vanished or disappeared. So it clearly indicates the D2 exchangeable proton or the exchangeable proton present there. So these hydrogens are exchanging its position with other hydrogens. So due to its exchangeable position, all these are giving singlets. So here this is the D2, these protons are called as D2 exchangeable protons. So deuterated water when we are adding, then such a protons get exchanged. Now we have to see structure elucidation of aliphatic compounds. First example we have to see, molecular formula is C2H6O, C2H6O. Now these are the chemical shifts of the different protons. These are the IR stretching frequencies of different bonds in the different functional groups of organic compound. When the molecular formula is C2H6O, IR is having peak at around 1100 per centimeter, and in NMR, that is PMR, we are having only one signal, that is by at 3.6 singlet by 6 hydrogens. So all the 6 hydrogens are identical and they are highly de-shielded because its chemical shift is 3.6, and these are, all those hydrogens are giving singlet. So what does this indicate? First of all, we have to see the sites of unsaturation. So sites of unsaturation we have to find out, that is hydrogen deficiency index, sites of unsaturation or hydrogen deficiency index or index of hydrogen deficiency. So to find out that, we have to multiply 2 with the number of carbons. So C twice n plus 2 plus y to add 2 there. Here number of carbons into 2 plus 2 minus number of hydrogens. So suppose Hx is the number of hydrogens divided by 2. So here number of carbons are 2. 2 into 2 are 4. So 4 plus 2 minus number of hydrogens are 6 divided by. So here 4 plus 2 6 minus 6. So 6 minus 6 divided by equal to 0. So there is no unsaturation present in this compound. So compound is saturated. So from this IR we have to see which functional group is there, and oxygen is there, and here these protons are de-shielded because its chemical shift is 3.6. So whenever we are having such a 6 hydrogens and giving one of the signal, so it clearly indicates 6 hydrogens cannot attach to same carbon or single carbon. Maximum 4 hydrogens are attached to carbon, so that is methane. But in case of methyl, only 3 hydrogens and one of the substituent is there. So here this indicates 2 methyls may there. So here we have to see one by one. First of all we have to see IR. In IR, this 1100, if you see here the frequency, so this ether OR is having 1000 to 1100 per centimeter. So here from this IR 1100 indicate may be ether. So it may be ether, and here these 6 hydrogens means in PMR 6 hydrogens indicate 2 methyl groups which are identical. If we see the 2 methyl groups, then we have the formula C2H6. Then what is remain in this molecular formula? When we subtract this from this C2H6O, then we get here only one oxygen. And from the chemical shift of this, so here see the alkoxy, this is methoxy. Methoxy is having chemical shift around 3.5 to 3.8 because of the electronegative oxygen. So here we have seen here 3.6, we have given 3.6. So 3.6 it may contain methoxy group. When we insert this oxygen between 2 methyl groups, so here CH3 O CH3, then we get the structure of dimethyl ether. Because this methoxy is having chemical shift 3.6 and it is attached to oxygen, so it gives singlet, and all the 6 hydrogens are identical. So all the 6 hydrogens gives singlet, and from this 1100 we can say the ether is present. So here this is dimethyl ether. The structure now here we have determined, that is dimethyl ether. So what we have seen here, from this IR we can see ether may there. From this PMR 6 hydrogens are identical, means 2 methyls are there. When we subtract this from this, then we are having only one oxygen remain in the structure. So when we insert this oxygen from this chemical shift, so the structure is methoxy methane or dimethyl ether. Now we have to see the next molecular formula, that is second. Same molecular formula is there, that is C2H6O, but here now IR is 3600. We are having here broad peak 3600 per centimeter, and in PMR we are having 3 signals, one at 1.1 triplet by 3 hydrogens, at 4.0 quartet by 2 hydrogens, and here around 5.0 singlet by 1 hydrogen, and this is D2O exchangeable hydrogen. This additional information given here. So from this we have to determine the structure. So from these sites of unsaturation, the molecular formula was same. So hydrogen deficiency index is HDI is here 0. So compound is saturated. Now we have to see 3 signals given by this, but from this 3600. So 3600 is basically the IR stretching frequency of hydroxy oxygen hydrogen. So here if you see the alcohol having ROS stretching frequency 3400 to 3600. So here this is the OS stretching frequency. So from this IR we can say alcohol may there, alcohol may present. So that is ROH. Now I have to find out this R. So here the information given in PMR. From the PMR information, 3 protons gives triplet. That is 3 protons means it may be CH3. This 2 protons means it may be CH2. Now when this CH3 gives triplet, it indicates it must attach to CH2. Then and then it gives 2 plus 1. Adjacent protons are 2 plus 1 equal to 3. So it gives triplet. So here this attached to CH3, 3 plus 1. So the multiplicity depends on protons attached to neighboring carbon plus 1. So n plus 1 is 3 plus 1 equal to 4. So it is quartet, triplet and quartet. So it indicates ethyl must be there. When we have any 3 protons and 2 protons gives triplet and quartet, it clearly indicates ethyl group is there. Now what is remain from this molecular formula? Here this is C2H6O minus C2H5. So we are having only this H and O. So hydroxy group is remain in the structure. When we insert hydroxy to the terminal carbon, then we get here CH3, CH2, OH. So here the structure is ethanol. And how we can confirm this? We have to confirm this from the chemical shift. So when the methoxy is there, then OCH2. Then OCH2 I have seen here, this OCH2 is having around 4.0. So this attached to oxygen, so its chemical shift is around 4.0. And here this OH, that is D2 exchangeable, so it is 5.0. So this additional information is given, D2 exchangeable, no unsaturation, one oxygen is there, it clearly indicates alcohol is present. And this hydrogen is hydroxy hydrogen, D2 exchangeable hydrogen. And this CH3 gives, this gives quartet, this gives triplet, here this gives singlet. So this is having chemical shift 1.1. So in this way, the structure here we have confirmed, that is ethyl alcohol. Same molecular formula is there, but from the IR stretching frequency and the PMR data, we can able to distinguish or confirm the structure. So this is C2H6O is ethanol or ethyl alcohol, while this C2H6O is dimethyl ether or methoxymethane. Now in this way we have to see the next compound having molecular formula. Now I have to see the next compound C3H6O. C3H6O. Its IR stretching frequency is 1715 per centimeter. Its NMR data shows or PMR data shows all the protons are giving singlet at 2.0. So it indicates at 2.0 delta all 6 protons gives singlet. So determine the structure. So first of all we have to see the sites of unsaturation. So here we have to see the hydrogen deficiency index. So number of carbons into 2 plus 2. So 3 into 2 plus 2 minus number of hydrogen, that is 6 divided by 2. So 3 into 2, that is 6 plus 2, 8. 8 minus 6 by 2. So 2 by 2 equal to 1. So there is a one site of unsaturation, that is one double bond may be there. It may between the carbon-carbon or it may between the oxygen, because oxygen is also there. Now from IR is here 1715. Now his IR is there at 1715. It clearly indicates carbonyl group is present. If you see ketonic here, ketonic carbonyl, then we are having 1710 to 1715. So here this IR 1715 indicate carbonyl group is present. And then next NMR is having only one signal, that is 2.0, 6 protons are giving singlet. So here it indicate in PMR all 6 hydrogens means 2 methyl groups are there. And from the chemical shift 2.0, these methyl groups must attach to carbonyl, because see here CO acetyl, that is COCH3 is having chemical shift 2.0 to 2.1. So these are the 2 methyl groups attached to carbonyl. because when we subtract this from the given molecular formula, only CO is remain. So here when we subtract this from the given formula, C3H6O minus C2H6. So what is remain? One carbon and one oxygen. So CO is remain. So when we attach both the methyl groups, because they are giving singlet, hence they attach to carbon doesn't have proton. So here the compound is none other than acetone. So the compound is acetone or 2-propanone, CH3 attached to CO. So its chemical shift is 2.0 to 2.1, and all the 6 hydrogens gives singlet. So its chemical shift is 2.0 delta. So this is the interpretation, and this carbonyl stretching frequency is 1715 per centimeter. So in this way, here we have determined structure of this compound C3H6O. From the IR, ketone is there. From the NMR, 6 hydrogens. Always remember, whenever 6 hydrogens are giving one of the signal, then consider 2 identical methyl groups are there, and they are giving singlet, means they attach to carbon doesn't have proton. Only carbon is remain there, and one unsaturation is because of this. So this one unsaturation means carbonyl is present. So this indicate carbonyl group is present. So in this way the structure is acetone. Now we have to see the next molecular formula. The next one, the molecular formula C4H8O. C4H8O, and IR is having here stretching frequency 1715, again 1715 per centimeter. And in PMR, here we are having 3 signals. One at 1.0 triplet given by 3 hydrogens, at 2.3 quartet given by 2 hydrogens, and at 2.0 singlet given by 3 hydrogens. Determine the structure. So these 3 signals are given here. So these 3 hydrogens means it indicates methyl group is there. This CH2 indicates methylene, that is CH2 is there. This CH3 is there, 3 hydrogens. So just try to assemble the structure. From this molecular formula, first of all we have to determine HDI. So in HDI, 4 into 2, that is 8, plus 2, that is 10. So 10 minus number of hydrogens 8 by 2. So 2 by 2 equal to again 1. Now one unsaturation is there, and this one unsaturation indicates carbonyl is there. At 1750 IR is indicating C double bond O is there. Now here in H1 NMR, this indicates CH3 is there, and it attached to CH2, hence it is giving triplet. So this indicates CH2 is there. This also indicates CH3 is there. So now we have to assemble the structure. When this quartet and triplet given by CH3 CH2, it clearly indicates ethyl group is there. Whenever we are having triplet and quartet by methyl and methylene, it clearly indicates ethyl group is there. So here CH2 CH3, this is attached to CH3, it gives quartet, attached to CH2 it gives triplet. Okay, now its chemical shift, and now this CH3 is there, then one CH3 is again there from this, and only carbonyl is remain. So when we attach here this to carbonyl, then we get the structure of 2-butanone. Because it is attached to carbonyl, it gives singlet. So the structure is CH3 CH2 C double bond O CH3. Why this is the 2-butanone? Because here 1715 indicates ketone is there, and here these 3 signals triplet quartet. Now see here the chemical shift. When CH2 attached to carbonyl, then the chemical shifts here 2.2 to 2.4. So here this is attached to carbonyl, so it is de-shielded. So it gives here quartet, triplet. Now acetyl group we have seen in this acetone. Always remember, whenever 3 protons giving singlet at 2.0 to 2.1 clearly indicates acetyl group is there, that is COCH3. So here this is giving singlet because attached to CO, and at 2.0 at 2.3 at 1.0. So the structure is 2-butanone. So the structure is 2-butanone. Now next example we have to see, if the compound contain nitrogen. So now we have to see the example of compound containing nitrogen. Nitrogen is present in the compound. Then the molecular formula is C2H5NO. So C2H5NO. IR stretching frequency is here 1670 per centimeter, and NMR is having two signals, one at 2.1 singlet given by 3 hydrogens, and at 6.0 singlet given by 2 hydrogens, and these are the D2O exchangeable hydrogens. So these are the D2O exchangeable. So whenever oxygen or nitrogen is there, it may contain either OH or NH2, but here these are the 2 hydrogens, so it indicates maybe NH2. And here this 2.1 singlet at by 3 hydrogens, it clearly indicates acetyl is there, COCH3. Now I have to find out first sites of unsaturation, hydrogen deficiency index. Whenever I have to see hydrogen deficiency index of the compound contain nitrogen, then here there are the odd number of hydrogens. So if directly we are putting this in this formula, so we will get fractions. So for the nitrogen, increase 1 CH unit, 1 CH, that is 1 carbon and hydrogen in molecular formula to determine sites of unsaturation or hydrogen deficiency. So here C2H5NO, don't do anything for oxygen, so only we have to do the C2H5 and N, so I have to increase 1 CH. So here this is C2H5, CH we have to add, so it becomes C3H6. So it becomes C3H6. So 3 into 2 plus 2, that is 8, minus hydrogens are 6. So 2 by 2 equal to 1. So 1 unsaturation is there. So hydrogen deficiency index of this compound is 1. From this IR 1670, this indicates carbonyl is there, but this carbonyl is due to the presence of amide. For the amide, we have to write here carbonyl is around 1660 to 1680 for the carbonyl of amide. Then here we are having 1670. So this 1670 clearly indicates amide carbonyl may there, maybe CO of amide, and this is the unsaturation, clearly indicates CO is there, and this NH2 from this 2 hydrogens which are D2 exchangeable, we can say CONH2 is present. So from all these, and this CH3 is there, that is COCH3. When we assemble this structure, that is CH3CO, CH3 C double bond O, and when we attach here simple NH2, then we get the structure of acetamide, because here 2.1 singlet and this NH2 are giving signal at between 5 to 8. So amide hydrogen is having singlet at 5 to 8. So here this is 6.0. We have given 6.0. So here the structure is none other than acetamide. From this IR, we can say amide is there, and the D2 exchangeable clearly indicates 2 hydrogens, means NH2 may present, and here 3 protons giving singlet, that is acetyl is there. When we subtract this from the given formula, then we are having CONH2. When we subtract this CO and CH3 from this, we remain only NH2. So when we attach here this NH2, then we get the structure CH3CONH2. So in this way acetamide is there. 5 hydrogens are there. So 3 plus 2, 5 hydrogens. N is there and oxygen is there. So in this way the structure is confirmed, and that is amide, acetamide. Now I have to see the next examples of the compounds such as esters and carboxylic acids. Now here we have to see 3 examples of molecular formula is C4H8O2. C4H8O2 and here C4H8O2. So this is the molecular formula. We have to find out structure for these 3 different compounds. So from this IR and NMR we have to see the structure. So IR is here 1740 and in NMR, that is PMR, we have 3 signals, one at 2.1 singlet given by 3 hydrogens, at 4.0 quartet given by 2 hydrogens, and here at 1.1 triplet given by 3 hydrogens. Now I have to determine the structure. From this 1740 IR, we can say this is the carbonyl of ester. So here the ester is there having carbonyl from 1735 to 1745. So here this may be carbonyl of ester, RCOOR dash. So this ester carbonyl may there. Now I have to see first sites of unsaturation or hydrogen deficiency index. Number of carbons 4 into 2 plus number of plus 2 minus number of hydrogens 8 divided by 2. So here 4 into 2, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 minus 8, that is 2, 2 by 2 equal to 1. So this one unsaturation because of this carbonyl of ester. Now here this indicates acetyl group may present because 3 hydrogens gives singlet, it indicates COCH3 is there. This quartet and triplet indicates CH2 attached to CH3. So and it is attached to the group we have to decide from this chemical shift. So it is 4.0 CH2, it indicates it is attached to oxygen. So this is OCH2 4.0. So we can say CH3 CH2 and ester is there, so oxygen is there, and here there is CH3. So see, this is acetyl from this 2.1. As it is attached to oxygen, so its chemical shift is OCH2 is 4.0 and it gives quartet because it is attached to CH3, and this CH2 is giving triplet. CH3 is giving triplet because it is attached to CH2, so at 1.1. So as it is attached to oxygen, so this moiety is there, ester is there, just try to attach ethyl group to this side and methyl group to this side from this. So this clearly indicates it is singlet because it is COCH3, so it is acetyl. This CH2 and CH3 from this, so this compound is ethyl acetate. In another way, we can collect the fragments and we can join fragments, we can take summation of that and we can subtract from the given molecular formula. Then we can see which fragment is left, then we have to assemble the structure accordingly. So ester is there, this 2.1 singlet, always remember COCH3 is there because 3 hydrogens, that is acetyl. This highly deshielded CH2 is there when at 4.0, it clearly indicates it attached to oxygen, and here this is giving triplet, it must attach to CH2. So here this is CH3 CH2. Now here O must attach to CH2 because here this OCH2 is 4.0 chemical shift. Now the next we have to see C4H8O2. IR is again 1740. In PMR we are having some different signals. So here at 3.7 we are having singlet by 3 hydrogens, and at 2.4 we are having quartet by 2 hydrogens, and at 1.0 triplet by 3 hydrogens. Now here the molecular formula is same, so hydrogen deficiency index is must be 1 because we have determined here. This indicates ester is there 1740, if carbonyl is there, unsaturation 1 is there, so COO is there. Now here we have to attach only the suitable fragment to this carbonyl and suitable fragment to this oxygen. So here at 3.7, 3 hydrogens means methyl, at 3.7 giving singlet, singlet means the OCH3 is there, so this one 3.8 methoxy, so it indicates it must be methoxy. And here this is quartet triplet, we have seen whenever 2 hydrogen 3 hydrogen giving quartet triplet indicates CH2 CH3, so this gives quartet 3 plus 1 4, and this gives 2 plus 1 triplet. Okay, now what is remain? Only carbonyl group is there. So when we attach carbonyl, when we assemble this, then here CO is there, then we can draw the structure CH3 O CO CH2 CH3. Why this oxygen is between carbon and methyl and carbonyl? Because here we are having methoxy, and this CH2 is having chemical shape 2.4 because it is attached to carbonyl, so this one 2.4. So here attached to carbonyl, so 2.4, here this CH3 is 1.0, and this is here 3.7. From this chemical shift we can say this CH3 attached to oxygen. So in this way CH3O CO CH2 CH3, because this ester confirmed from this, so here it is 1740 per centimeter. This is giving singlet, this is giving quartet, this is giving triplet. So the structure is methyl propanoate. Methyl propanoate. So these are the two compounds, both are esters, but here one is ethyl acetate and other is methyl propanoate. We can distinguish this from this chemical shift of 3 hydrogens, whether it is having methoxy, here it is having methoxy, or it is having acetyl. So here it is having acetyl. So from this we can say whether it is ethyl acetate or methyl propanoate. So this is methyl propanoate. Now again we have to see the same molecular formula C4H8O2, but here this IR is having carbonyl around 1725 and a broad peak we are having at around 2500 to 3000, and in PMR we are having 4 signals here, 4. So one is at 1.0 triplet given by 3 hydrogens, at here 1.4 multiplet given by 2 hydrogens or hextate, and here at 2.4 triplet given by 2 hydrogens, and at 12.0 highly de-shielded singlet given by 1 hydrogen, and this is D2O exchangeable. So this 1 hydrogen which is D2O exchangeable at 12.0, it clearly indicates it is carboxylic acid. So none other than, because at highly de-shielded proton is there only in carboxylic acid. So here it is COOH. So COOH is confirmed, and we can confirm this from this. So this is the broad signal at around 2500 to 3000. Again see here this one. So this OH of this carboxylic acid is 2500 to 3000, and this 1725 is carbonyl of carboxylic acid. So here it is COOH. Now from this we have to see, this is indicates CH3, this indicates CH2 is giving multiplet, this is giving triplet. So this clearly indicates when it is giving triplet, then this CH3 attached to CH2, CH3 attached to CH2, then and then it gives triplet, and this CH2 also giving triplet. So one CH2 when it is giving triplet, then it must attach to CH2. So this one giving triplet, and it gives multiplet means this is the multiplet 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 1 6, so it is called as hexet, or we can say from the 5 peaks 5 and above we can say multiplet. And what is remain? And it is having chemical shift 2.4, so it is 2.4, it must attach to carbonyl, and here there is OH. So here it is 1725, here it is 25002 3100, here it is 2.4 because it is attached to carbonyl, here it is CH2 giving multiplet because it is attached to CS3 and CH2, its chemical shift is 1.4, its chemical shift is 1.0 giving triplet because it is attached to CH2. So this is the one way, or we can collect the different fragments, then we can subtract from the molecular formula, and we can then get the remaining part, and the rest part we have to insert suitably between the groups from the IR stretching frequency or on the basis of chemical shift. So the chemical shifts are very important along with these IR stretching frequencies. So here it is giving multiplet because here it is 1.4, so here we are having carboxylic acid, that is 1 2 3 4, so it is butanoic acid. So here the molecular formula is same, C4H8O2, 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 but this is ethyl acetate, this is methyl propanoate, and here this is butanoic acid. Just by changing the IR frequency and PMR data, we can have the different structures. So always remember one thing, whenever hydrogens are decreased from the carbon, then rest of the hydrogens will have higher chemical shift. So here the CS3 is having 0.5 to 1.1, when one hydrogen is reduced, then CH2 is having more 1.2 to 1.4, so it is deshielded. When it is CH, it is 1.4 to 1.6. So only remember this one thing, whenever hydrogens are decreased from particular carbon, so that hydrogen's chemical shift will be increases, so it becomes slightly deshielded. Same we can have in case of COCH3 2.1, COCH2 it is 2.4, methoxy is 3.5 to 3.8, and OCH2 is 4.0. So the hydrogens when decrease, chemical shift get increased. So in this way here we have seen structure elucidation of the aliphatic compounds. Thank you.